Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really getting into something creating a lot of buzz, Turkey's aerospace industry.
Yeah, it's quite the story.
Our mission for you, our listener, is to kind of unpack the surprising scale, really, and the global ripples of Turkey's defense manufacturing push. We'll focus on their new fifth-gen fighter, but there are some other quite unexpected turns here, too.
Well, and I think a key thing to grasp is that Turkey isn't just, entering the market. They seem to be strategically trying to leapfrog maybe some established players. It could really shift things around.
That's a great point. And leading that charge, as you said, is the Kaan, the name itself, King of Kings, in Turkish. Well, it certainly signals ambition.
It absolutely does.
And this isn't just talk, is it? It's designed as a proper cutting-edge fifth-generation jet. We're talking stealth, advanced avionics, supercruise, the works.
Exactly. It's the crown jewel, you could say, for Turkish Aerospace Industries, or TAI. They're developing it out at their, frankly, imposing complex northwest of Ankara.
Okay, so the first prototype flew back in February 2024, right? What's happening now?
Right, that was the first flight. But they're not resting. TAI is already deep into building the second and third prototypes. They're aiming for maiden flights for those in the second quarter of next year.
Second quarter next year, wow.
Yeah. And these won't just be copies. They're planning significant improvements, tweaks to the structure. The air intakes are being updated. Even the internal weapons bay is getting refined.
That sounds incredibly fast-paced for such complex tech. What's the bigger picture for the Kaan, the deployment plan?
Well, the Turkish Air Force has big plans. They intend to replace their existing F-16 fleet with the Kaan. The timeline they're talking about is first aircraft deliveries by 2028.
2028.
And entering service in 2029. To get there, TAI is planning, I think, up to 6 prototypes in total for all the testing needed. Flight tests, systems integration. It's a huge undertaking for a fifth-gen bird.
Okay, let's unpack the global angle. With this level of technology, is Turkey suddenly finding itself playing in a new league, attracting maybe unexpected international attention?
It certainly seems that way. And the interest is coming early, which is striking. Indonesia, for example, is already locked in as the first international customer. They signed a deal for 48 aircraft back in June.
48? That's a significant order.
It really is. And closer to home, Egypt looks set to sign an OU this year. That would bring them into the project officially.
Any ripples in Europe?
There's definitely interest. Several European countries have apparently shown interest. Spanish media, for instance, has mentioned Spain, though, to be clear, it's not currently part of Spain's official defense procurement plans. Still, the fact it's being discussed is notable.
Right, the international buzz around Kaan is one thing, but it sounds like TAI is thinking even bigger, looking further down the road.
Oh, absolutely. Here's where it gets really interesting. TAI isn't just focused on finishing the Kaan. They've already kicked off a study for a 6th-generation fighter.
6th gen. Already.
Yep. The CEO, Mehmet Demiroglu, actually said, "We won't be the first, but we will be pioneers." It's quite a statement, isn't it? It shows this long-term vision, not just to catch up, but potentially lead.
Pioneers.
Yeah, that is bold. And it's not only the Kaan drawing eyes internationally, there's the Hürjet trainer, too, another TAI development.
That's right, the Hürjet. And that one is finding traction in Europe. Spain has actually selected the Hürjet to replace its old F-5 trainer jets.
So that's a done deal.
Well, TAI and Airbus are in talks right now. They're working out how to Spanishize the aircraft, basically tailor it for Spain's needs, integrate some local tech, ensure technology transfer happens. They're hoping to get the contract signed maybe around October.
Got it. So all this work, Kaan, Hürjet, these future plans, it's happening at that TAI complex you mentioned near Ankara. Tell us a bit about that place.
It's quite something, apparently. Described as this huge, armored industrial site. Security sounds intense, like a maximum security military base. 3 checkpoints, military patrols, the whole 9 yards.
Seems like Fort Knox, pretty much. It really highlights how critical that facility is.
And it's not just jets being built there.
No, not at all. Within that secure perimeter, TAI is also building satellites, their attack helicopters, the reconnaissance and attack ones, plus the Anka and Aksungur drones, which people might be more familiar with, all stamped made in Turkey.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for you, the listener? We've seen this incredibly rapid innovation from Turkey, developing a 5th-gen fighter, already selling it internationally, and now even planning for 6th-gen. Their defense industry is clearly on a sharp upward curve.
Exactly. And perhaps the thought to leave you with is this. You have these new players emerging fast, developing really advanced capabilities and building international partnerships around them. So the question becomes, what kind of impact could this have on, say, traditional defense alliances or even global power dynamics over the next decade or two? Definitely something to think about.